Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news-making headlines today. President Lee Jae-myung today hosted his Indonesian counterpart Prabowo Subianto and agreed to upgrade bilateral ties to a special comprehensive strategic partnership. Energy security topped the agenda amid the war in the Middle East. A host of MOUs were exchanged, including cooperation on the economy, critical minerals, clean energy and AI for health. South Korea and Indonesia also plan to bolster their defense industry cooperation, based upon their joint development of the KF-21 fighter jet. President Lee presented his Indonesian counterpart with the nation's highest order, the Grand Order of Mugunghwa. Speaking at the White House on Tuesday, U.S. President Donald Trump signaled a withdrawal of American forces from Iran within weeks, as the Pentagon simultaneously ramps up pressure on Tehran to secure a ceasefire agreement. Trump also added that the U.S. could leave without a deal, as long as the U.S. achieves its goal of denuclearizing Iran. And he repeated his claims that Iran is the one that wants a deal. Shortly after this, the White House also announced that at 9 p.m. Wednesday local time, President Trump will address the public on the latest on Operation Epic Fury. According to Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt's ex-post, it's an important update on Iran. The Kospi ended 8.4% higher at 5,478.7 on Wednesday, rebounding after barely holding above the 5,000 level the day before on hopes of a possible end to the U.S.-Iran conflict. A buy-side sidecar was triggered on both the Kospi and Kosdaq, halting program buying for 5 minutes. The $1 rate also eased, ending 28.81 lower at 1,501.3, after hitting its highest level since the global financial crisis a day earlier. South Korea's inclusion in the World Government Bond Index also provided a boost, with Wednesday marking the first day of its entry. Inclusion signals entry into a developed market bond group, expected to attract foreign inflows that support the won. South Korea's exports reached an all-time high in March, hitting $86.1 billion. According to the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Resources on Wednesday, exports surged 48.3% on year to set the 10th straight monthly record in exports. With this, exports have surpassed $80 billion for the first time in the country's history. The export surge was heavily driven by the semiconductor sector. Chip exports reached a record monthly high of $32.8 billion. This record is 151% higher than the export figure recorded in the same period last year. As South Korea stays on track to meet its annual export targets, the focus now shifts to how effectively supply chain risk can be managed and potential disruptions can be minimized. The main contributors to the global hit K-pop Demon Hunters have visited Korea to meet the press after their multiple Oscar wins. As expectations soar following the official announcement of a sequel, director Kang said she's currently working on the storyline, now in early development, while keeping details to a minimum and avoiding spoilers. But Kang added it will be even more eventful, at an even greater scale. Co-director Chris Appelins also shared that Koreanness would again be the soul of the movie on every level. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.